What is my opinion about church now versus church when I was younger? I miss spirit-led church. I'm tired of for show church. I don't need pastor coming in on a harness with a sparkly blazer like he's Jesus, and smoke machine and strobe lights and the concert every week. I feel like the focus should be, church is a hospital. It's where people come to get what they need. And everybody has their own dirt. And it shouldn't be a place where people judge one another. It should be a place where people come and they're led by the Spirit and they receive an on-time word. And I feel like now sometimes we can get lost in who's singing and what's happening behind the scenes, and that's really not the focus, because everybody has their own dirt. That's why we all go, really. So yeah, my guy. What? Working with Marquise, aka Gold Frame. Shout out to the homie. I mean, he's cool. Like, we I think the first time we locked in was 2020, I think. We did a cover to Better Than I Imagined by her and Robert Glasper. And then I've had him play keys for me on a couple occasions. He's really, really dope. And I just want to take him with me to LA and just have him around so people can see, like, Akron's really like that. Yeah, that's my guy. Yes, so I dropped a song called Lingerie a couple months ago. That is actually a song that I did like a couple years ago. I just decided to just drop it before I get into my new bag, because I was just like, I kind of want to end an era of like cutesy bops. And I kind of want to just rebrand and reinvent and make new sounds, and that's what I've been doing as of late. But yeah, Lingerie, she's a sexy song. Girlies, if you're trying to have a vibe after brunch, play it for your man and watch what happens. Artists that I have collaborated with on my musical journey, so many. I really am a big advocate for working with people that are coming up with you, because as long as y'all migrate up together, you're gonna win. Shout out to Mandy Rose, shout out to Seven the Singer, shout out to Blanco Baby, shout out to Olivia Blue, shout out to Petty, shout out to Lori Woods, shout out to Dreek Jones, shout out to Labrina, shout out to the gang. Love y'all. Anybody that I've ever collaborated with and we had a great time making music, shout out to you. Outside of music, what do I like to do? So whole time I'm a nerd, y'all. I love to study. I love to look at documentaries. I love to study comedians, how they came up. I love to study the history on different singers that do genres that I don't normally do. I love to go to museums. I love to sightsee. I love to go to the bookstore. I love to read. I really am a sponge. Like, I just love to learn, honestly. So yeah, in my free time, I think I like to learn. I like to take walks. I like to watch movies, 80s movies, specifically John Hughes movies, specifically Breakfast Club. Yes. What motto do I live by on my everyday walk with God and or life? Closed mouths don't get fed. I'm big on closed mouths don't get fed. I think that's probably the biggest one, is that closed mouths don't get fed, and also being aware that like your gifts, when not used properly or not used at all, can get taken away. Closed mouths don't get fed because it's like I feel like a lot of people want things, but they don't put it into the atmosphere what they want. I'm a big like vision board, prayer warrior, manifester, speaking things into existence. And I feel like people don't say what they want a lot of times, and then they also don't move like they want what they want. And then when they get what they want, they don't know what to do with it if they didn't do the steps that it took to get to be where they want. So it's just like, it's a whole domino effect type thing. My favorite memory in high school, I would say hanging out with my friends after school. Like, I was the kind of girl in high school, like I was on the volleyball team, I was in the choir, I was on the step team. I was cool with everybody, but I didn't hang with everybody outside of school. Like my core group was like 5, 6 of us. And we used to just hang out after school and just laugh and just be carefree and young, and it was fun. Like that's probably my favorite moments from high school. My favorite places I've been, honestly, I want to travel out of the country more. Like I've only been out the country once. I've traveled a lot, like as far as living in shows and whatnot. But I went to Bratislava one time for a singing competition. That was really, really fun, and I had the best gelato I've ever had in my life. Yeah. My worst experience with the airport. If it's 6 a.m., please do not yell at me to take my things out of my bag. Take my things out of my pockets. I know. I know. Take off your shoes. No food or drink. It's like, six. It's 6 a.m. Please. What is my process like working on a single or an album? So I have not worked on an album yet, but I have done EPs and I have done singles. As far as singles, I just try to stay true to what is exactly happening in my life. As a lot of artists do, I just focus on catchy melody. I like to invent new sounds. I don't like to sound like anybody. I'm not trying to be the next artist that already exists. You know, I focus on, okay, what version of myself do I want to become this time? When it comes to approaching an EP, I kind of just find a groove of, that stuff kind of happens naturally. I find a groove of just a rhythm of making music, and it kind of becomes a consistency in the sounds. And then next thing you know, you got a whole project, and it just happened naturally.